Today, we are reacting on the usual conspiracy theories and something new. What's going on under the sea?
The most accurate psychic family in television history, predicting world events. Forget Miss Cleo. We got Bart, Lisa, and their dad with zero job security. Legit predicting like
who are making these cartoons? It seems like this family is pretty accurate.
So grab your tinfoil hat, charge your phone, and let's scroll through some moments where The Simpsons made us question if we're in a cartoon or a simulation. Let's go. Oh, you thought the Super Bowl was original? The Simpsons did Gaga flying through the sky in 2012. Gaga did it for real in 2017. Same outfit, same energy. Only thing missing was Marge in the crowd yelling, "Yes, girl, yes." The Simpsons had Hollywood burning back in 1996. Like someone left the oven on in the hills and forgot. Then, boom, 2010 rolls around and California said, "Don't worry, Bessie, we brought the smoke and the drama." Man, I can't even make this up. Oh, The Simpsons showed the Capitol turning into a group project going wrong before it actually happened. They had the flags, the chaos, and the same I ain't going to jail alone energy. Only thing missing was someone in a buffalo hat and a bad credit score. The grand finale. The Simpsons said, "We're going dark on July 30th, 2025. Like blackout, blackout." Now, I don't know if this is a joke or a glitch in the Matrix, but listen. If I wake up and Alexa not talking to me, I'm throwing my whole damn microwave in the yard. I ain't playing with y'all. Because if this one turns out to be true, I'm not saying they time travel, but I am saying the FBI needs to check that couch. Because man, something ain't right.
I'm going to give you a couple safety tips. This isn't rocket science, but here we go. When you're going into a store, when you park your car, get off your phone. Put your phone in your pocketbook or your pocket, whatever, and just stay off your phone. Same thing, going in, going out. Stay off your phone.
Please, ladies,
especially you, listen.
Be very careful.
Park here. If you come out, there's a car parked right beside you, and I mean super close to the line or something like that.
You ever been in Walmart
Is there somebody in the car?
and seen all those missing people on the wall?
Is it an SUV?
But they'll never put them on the
I'm not
news.
saying you can't go get in your car, but just pump the brakes, okay? No pun intended. Just take it easy. Take a little look around. Don't just willy-nilly get in the car. It might be fine. Could be something. I don't know. But when you're getting gas nozzle's doing its thing, lean up against your car. Just lean up against the car. Again, stay off the phone. Lean up against the car. Now you've cut your 360 down to 180. You can see if somebody approaches you and they're up to no good, spray them with the gas. That's not cool. I wouldn't want to be sprayed with gas. They'll probably run off. When you're in a restaurant, don't sit with your back to the door. Be able to see the door. Know where the exits are. When you're at the movies or church or wherever, sit on the end. If you're a fighter, you can get up and go fight. If you're not wanting to fight, that's cool too. You can run, but you got to be able to get out, right? Don't be stuck in the middle of the row. All right, I said I was going to...
Billing prediction for 2025. You won't believe what's coming. A well-connected whistleblower has just revealed what could change everything. And if history repeats itself, we need to be ready. Remember the time traveler who predicted COVID-19 before it happened? He was mocked, but now his latest warnings are too eerily precise to ignore. Here are 3 things he predicted. Stay tuned, because the last one is going to shock you. Number 1, he says 2 of the most powerful men in modern history, Donald Trump and Elon Musk, will have a catastrophic fallout. Musk controls the largest satellite network, AI, and even transportation to Mars. But what happens if Trump, set to reclaim his presidency, turns on him? Some say it could mean tech censorship, government crackdowns, or even a surveillance war. Number 2, the Menendez brothers could walk free. A legal loophole might release the infamous Menendez brothers, convicted of murdering their parents. Legal analysts say there's a real chance they'll walk in 2025. What happens if more high-profile criminals follow? Number 3, 2025 could be the year. That makes 2020 feel like a walk in the park. Scientists predict 2025 will be the hottest year in history, but it gets worse. Hurricanes stronger than ever before could wipe out entire cities. Experts warn of mass evacuations, food shortages, and failing power grids. If this is even half true, you need to be prepared. Because if 2025 is the year everything changes, you won't have time to react. Save this video, because when the time comes, you'll wish you listened.
There's some pretty crazy predictive programming I just found out about. I'm sure there are others who aren't aware of this one, so I'm going to share it. The 1977 song, Crack in the World by Sammy Hagar. This gets wild. But first, let me
What do y'all think? Are they really programming us to do everything?
But just around the corner, there's a change in design. Just 50 more years, we're all gonna know why, when, where, how, and who gets to go. So let's all have a good time before the great divide, because things will start separating come 2025. So look for the subtle clues. It won't make front page news, which it doesn't. Sometimes we have to look deeper. Let's start by seeing what happens if we mirror the cover art for this song, and then connect the dots. Go figure. There was also a movie in 1965 called Crack in the World. Thank God it's only a motion picture, or is it? And the reason it's so crazy to mention 2025 and 1977, because it was also referenced in 1988 in the movie They Live, which just so happens to be a movie that I view more as a documentary. And of course the one-eye symbolism.
Our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite.
Like time is speeding up. Well, this just confirmed the feeling that everybody been feeling, because now they said summer 2025 will have the 3 shortest days as Earth rotation unexpectedly accelerates.
This could be true.
Now they say it's supposed to be
Ever
short
since
about
COVID,
1.5 milliseconds
seems like
saved off
time
the clock.
been
Then
flying.
explain to me why every time I blink, it feels like the day is gone. Like time as we know it is speeding up. And it's crazy because other people have been feeling the exact same way. It done got to the point to where I literally have to have different alarms throughout the day so I can keep track of time. And let's not forget, Matthew 24 and 22 talk about how time is supposed to be shortened in the last days. And even more evidence to prove the point that time is speeding up. But remember this man who put this phone on airplane mode in 2024, he opened the phone and now it's different times. Like the current time that's on this tablet is way different from this phone. It's definitely a lot of strange things that's going on.
People are seriously believing these conspiracy theories in 2025, and number 3. I'm reading every single one.
So, ChatGPT, I recently heard that Donald Trump was invited by the Jewish Sanhedrin to an international divine court in Israel. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct. The Mason Sanhedrin invited Donald Trump to support the creation of an international divine court based on the 7 Noahide laws.
Is it true?
Ah, yes, the 7 Noahide laws. We find this in the Jewish Talmud, correct?
Yes, the 7 Noahide laws are derived from Jewish tradition and are found in the Talmud.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, the consequences for breaking one of these Noahide laws would be capital punishment. Is that correct?
In ancient interpretations found in the Talmud, breaking the Noahide laws is described as warranting capital punishment. However, these interpretations are not reflective of modern practices.
But according to Sanhedrin 57A, that capital punishment is decapitation, correct?
Yes. In Talmud Sanhedrin 57A, decapitation is mentioned as a form of capital punishment for breaking the Noahide laws.
Now, the first Noahide law would be, thou shalt not commit idolatry, correct?
Yes, the prohibition of idolatry is one of the 7 Noahide laws.
Now, under Jewish beliefs, committing idolatry would be the worshiping of Jesus Christ. Is that correct?
In traditional Jewish belief, worshiping any entity other than God is considered idolatry. This perspective includes the Christian worship of Jesus.
I understand. Now, if we was to compare U.S. legislation 102-14 to the 7 Noahide laws, these are practically the same thing, correct?
Actually, Public Law 102 acknowledges the 7 Noahide laws as ethical principles, but doesn't establish them as law. They share some values, but they're not identical or legally enforceable in the U.S.
But Donald Trump has been invited to a divine court to establish these ethical principles internationally, correct?
Yes. The nascent Sanhedrin invited Donald Trump to support the creation of an international divine court based on the 7 Noahide laws.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, ChatGPT.
That video of the girl who made predictions for 2025, and one of them included aviation catastrophes, and literally a couple hours later, there were multiple, back-to-back aviation tragedies. Okay, so these are my predictions. These are based off dreams that I've had, as well as what I
shout out to everybody with that heightened intuition
reality we're living in. So dreamers, lucid dreamers, people who receive downloads, insights, synchronicities, people who have prophetic dreams, if for whatever reason your ability to have prophetic dreams or a lucid dream was taken from you, you will now be getting that back and more. You will be able to learn how to control your dreams again, and you will be able to do things in your dreams that you used to before, and also things that you haven't been able to do before. This also goes for the seers, healers, all the clairvoyants, clairaudient, claircognizant, all y'all, psychics, mediums, whatever word you want to use. Y'all are being upgraded, and your powers, if they were offline, they're coming back online, or if they were online, they're strengthening. There is going to be the biggest alien disclosure yet. There is going to be a tragic, I really hope not. I have dreamt about this a lot though. There's going to be a tragic event in New York. I don't know if you remember those videos that were circulating a couple years ago of weird animal behavior and how certain animals were seen walking in a circle and wouldn't stop. That is either going to happen again, or other weird animal behavior is going to occur. There are underground tunnels and trains. They're transporting people. And I know that's probably a lot to digest, so I'm gonna leave it off on a lighter note. A politician is gonna die, hopefully Trump. There might be another attempted unaliving of him, but there is going to be an unaliving, whether natural or by somebody else, an unaliving of a politician. Either that or celebrity, but the way that it's gonna happen is gonna be weird and cause a lot of speculation. And then lastly, there's gonna be another huge celebrity scandal, maybe something related to P. Diddy, maybe more people being subpoenaed, but it's just gonna be a last ditch effort and desperate attempt by the Illuminati to distract the masses. Also, just for shits and giggles, this is a little bonus, but something regarding our sun or a celestial body, another planetary body in our solar system, or some type of rare celestial phenomena. I know there's a planetary alignment that just happened. I think it was 6 or 7 planets, or it's about to happen again with an additional planet sometime this month. And something either about that event or the event being symbolic of something else is highly likely and probable. It may not result in something that is directly evident or tangible, but it could be felt energetically or spiritually, or something happening around the time of this event, or this event being some type of initiation for something else. I don't know. Think of it more like a spiritual milestone and where humanity is at in our ascension and evolution of our consciousness. And then one last thing, there is going to be, I feel like this is like less of a prediction and more of like a inevitability, but there is going to be an increase in solar activity. Is going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to fluctuate. We're going to keep seeing these major coronal mass ejections and solar flares popping off. That's going to affect the Earth's electromagnetic field, the Schumann resonance, us, animals, etc. And if you remember what happened a couple months ago when this was happening, the northern lights were visible in areas that it would normally not be seen. And so I feel like that's gonna happen again also, or occur more frequently. Let me know what predictions y'all have. Or you could also put in the comments what you hope or wish to happen this year. Also, one more last thing. I promise. There's gonna be an update regarding Luigi, because I know that's been real quiet lately. We haven't really heard about that or what's going on. We're gonna find out more about that. All right, that's all I got. I love y'all. Stay safe.
So something I think the government hid from us that they're gonna let us know back in the future is that they did something, whether it was on purpose or by accident, that caused all these Mandela effects.
The Mandela effects is crazy. Ain't no way I remember something my whole life and then it's not
real.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the freaking Boots popsicle from the ice cream truck?
Yeah.
There was no Boots popsicle.
Wait,
the image in your mind.
Yes, it was.
Oh, I'm telling you, bro. That was probably the Sonic one.
No, I ate the Boots one.
I remember it too, but yo, I'm telling you, they did something. I don't know what they did. Look, bro, I have a new Mandela that's gonna blow your mind, bro. Where did they teach us our heart was located?
In the left side.
The left side, right? Like that's why when we do the Pledge of Allegiance, we put our hand on our heart. The heart is not on your left side.
Where is it?
It's in the middle of your chest.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, bro. Look it up.
No, it's what the f? Since when?
Hey, bro.
Even the president that died recently, Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
And Ben died, bro.
No, I don't think so.
I remember reading an article, bro. He died at 98, bro. I remember him dying at 98.
Really?
And then now he just died at 100. I'm not tripping, bro. I remember Jimmy Carter dying at 98 years old, bro.
Talk about Project Sunstreak, because I thought it was fake until I went on the CIA.gov and found it, and I was like, what am I looking at? On December 5th, 1988, this one man was to find the Ark of the Covenant, and what he saw was bone chilling. And I have the document right here, directly from .gov. This is what he said about the Ark of the Covenant. Target is in a container and is decorated with seraphims. Target is located somewhere in the Middle East, as the language spoken by individuals seem to be Arabic. The target is hidden underground. It has something to do with ceremony, memory, and the resurrection.
What?
There is an aspect of spirituality, lessons, and historical knowledge far beyond what we know. The target is protected by entities.
What?
This container cannot be opened until the time is deemed correct. Individuals opening the container by prying or striking are destroyed by the container's protectors through the use of a power unknown to us. That is a CIA document.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, dude. Entities?
It's protected by entities.
You're saying that this person acquired this knowledge through using one of those, like, basically like beaming of a visual?
Psychoenergetics is what it's called. Remote viewing. The ability to describe remote areas, ability to influence physical or biological systems via undefined physical mechanisms.
It's Stranger Things for real.
That's insane.
I hate that. But these were actual programs the CIA was running. It's not like
for years
they learned about it and they're just putting it in there for archive purposes. Like, they were doing this. They were the ones running it.
The conspiracy is that the CIA went and apprehended the Ark of the Covenant.
That's a crazy story, dude.
July 8, 1979, all the fathers of Nobel Prize winners were rounded up by United Nations military units, all right? And actually forced at gunpoint to give semen samples in little plastic jars.
The messages in some of these movies, they do make you think sometimes.
You want to be there for the thaw? I mean, it's disgusting. You know what they put in the water, don't you? Fluoride. Yeah, fluoride. On the pretext that it strengthens your teeth. That's ridiculous. You know what this stuff does to you? It actually weakens your will. Takes away the capacity for free and creative thought and makes you a slave to the state. So you ever wonder about all these militia groups, survivalist type kooks from the right-wing side? They say that they're defending the country from the UN troops. These guys are yelling so loud. My theory is, and this is a conspiracy, pal, that they are the UN troops and that they're in place. The infrastructure's ready. It's just a fait accompli. When the time comes, they'll just take over. We'll all be close. Oswald, yeah, Oswald. That's what I said, Oswald. He said, I'm just a patsy, and that means that he didn't do it, right? I mean, George Bush knew what he was saying when he said New World Order. Remember those three little words, New World Order? Well, he was a 33rd degree Mason, you know, and as ex-director of the CIA. He knew that saying that was the chip for identification so they can track down an animal anywhere he's at. You'll insert it under the dog's skin, and it's kind of like an identification thing. I mean, it's only a small logical step till they start putting it in us and our children. And then before we know it, my God, they'll probably come with the pretext. Oh, sure, yeah. Hey, is that one of those new hundreds? You know, where they changed the picture of Ben Franklin? Look at him. Yeah. He looks like the love child of Fred Burtz and Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, get rid of him as soon as you can, lady. Look at it up to the light. You see the metal strip in it? That's a tracking device. If you got any more of those at home, get rid of them. Exchange them for goods or something. Because they'll follow you. They know where every one of those hundreds is going.
Tell me what this is.
$1.
A dollar of what? A dollar is a unit of measurement. If I say to you, give me a pound, what would you say?
A pound of what?
I say, give me a gallon.
What?
So I say, give me $1.
Of what?
It's a unit of measurement. 371.25 grains of 0.905 silver. There is no money.
Yeah, it's recording. Fuck. Hey guys, I feel an obligation to our country, to the world, to share this information with you. Right now, I'm in hiding at an Airbnb, so that I at least had enough time to get this out to you guys. Last Friday, let me back up. I have worked at the Pentagon for the last 7 years in data analysis. And last Friday, as I was leaving work like I normally do, I got an email that I wasn't supposed to get. There is another senior officer here at the Pentagon with the same first and last name, but with a different middle initial. And it got sent to the DOD email to me instead of him. And according to policy, I wasn't even supposed to open it, but I did, and I have to share this information with everybody before it's too late. I'll just put on the screen. All right, so I will leave it up on the screen for a few moments so you guys can read it. Obviously, the part that stands out is indicating that some form of contact with sentience has been made, and that the estimated current approach date of 29 October Obviously, I will lose my job once this gets out. Honestly, I will remain in hiding for as long as possible just for my own safety. But I didn't feel right knowing this information and knowing the implications for all of us and not sharing this with everyone. So do with it what you will, and Godspeed.
Is probably one of the weirdest things I've come across. There was this prophecy of a Hopi chief. This prophecy goes back to where before the white man was in America. He had this whole sketch. They didn't have a written language, but he like predicted like really crazy stuff. He said there's this separation in astrology. It could be chaos, or it could be the coming of the Great Spirit again. It boiled down to one individual. It is known that our true white brother, when he comes, will be all-powerful and will wear a red cap or a red cloak. He will bring with him the sacred stone tablets, with him 2 great ones. One will have the symbol, it looked like it just an X. And when I read that, just chills went down me. He mentioned that one of these people, the man with the X symbol, he said he will be a man of great invention.
I'm just now understanding the X reference. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
When it talked about the sacred tablets,
we talked about the Mar-a-Lago.
We talked about the Mar-a-Lago Ark of the Covenant thing. It's just weird.
Yeah.
2025 is going to come straight out of a horror movie. This is Baba Venga, and she's a blind fortune teller, and she has predicted insane events like 9/11 and even Princess Diana's death. She says that in 2025 we will finally meet Alien, and that this will happen during a major sporting event. She also said that we're gonna have this huge breakthrough in mind reading, where just through like waves, like brain waves, you will be able to read someone's brain and like their thoughts. She had also predicted that devastating earthquakes were going to be hitting the West Coast, which is crazy because like I don't think earthquakes have happened, but I think the fires in California started in January. She said that this tragedy would be on a really massive scale and affect a lot of people. It also said that scientists are going to discover the secret to immortality, which is crazy because in January 1st, this documentary dropped. I made a video about the guy. He's a billionaire and he uses science to try to live forever and like reverse age. It's really interesting. He said that in 2025, we're going to be able to grow organs in a lab, which I also think could end a lot of like mysterious crimes that ended up being like people harvesting organs. He also said that we may be able to figure out the cure to cancer, but I feel like we would have been able to figure it out by now, but because of the medical industry, they don't want us to figure it out. But that's just me.
Please explain to me in detail the event that occurred at Vandenberg Air Force Base.
Certainly.
I've been waiting for this for seems like my whole life, and I literally fell out of my chair.
They observed a very large...
I have been hearing more about aliens lately.
From the ocean and hover at low altitude over one of the launch facilities.
The radio transmissions start to pour in.
As it became closer and closer to our position, it stopped and hovered right over the coastline. There's no propulsion systems, no lights, no audible sounds, and it just hovered there.
And then just all hell broke loose.
There was a lot of chaos.
These are people I'd spent years with, and they're not people that are easily frightened or intimidated. And they were terrified, and they were screaming for help over the net.
This object remained for about 45 seconds or so before darting off over the mountains.
It just shot away up the coastline. It seemed like 1,000,000 miles an hour, like it was shot out of a cannon, and then it was gone. I mean, personally, I can't explain it. I've never seen anything like it in my life. The way it hovered, to make no sound, to have no propulsion system. Our air
26 feet tall, 200 feet wide. Hello, welcome to The Imperfect. My name is Armin. If you're new here, if you drop me a follow, it'll mean the world to me. I'll follow you back as soon as I get a chance. But let's get back to this. 26 feet tall, 200 feet wide. This is still there. This is in the Baltic Sea. Ocean X and a diving team accidentally found this while just searching for something. I honestly forget what the hell they were looking for. But they did try to get it out the water. This thing is so large. It's just way too impossible to get out from the bottom of the sea, right? But they did dive and went swimming around it. They try to record videos. That's actually in a documentary. And it goes fuzzy. It's kind of strange. Every time we talk about UFOs or UAPs, you try to get them on camera. It's just, no sir, not today. Not happening. However, they did, clear up the dust and shit, all stuff, pardon my language, while they were on there, and it is metal. If you look at the side of the thing right here, it literally looks like stairs going up. And here's the thing, using ground penetrating radar, not just sonar. This thing is not attached to the ground. And if you see that, there is drag marks behind it. Literally looks like a crashed UFO. I'm gonna put the coordinates right here. If anybody out there has the funds, holler at Ocean X. Get this thing out the water. Let's see what it really is. Again, welcome to The Imperfect. My name is Armin. If you enjoy this type of content, give me a follow. I'll follow you back as soon as I get a chance. Let's get this thing out the water. Fuck it, I'll raise the money and get it out the water.
And I'm not taking any cruises or flying in any planes for a long time. A plane I just might do, but anything dealing with water, I am done with. They already said that allegedly aliens or whatever you want to call them live in water. But look at the shit they found. Look at this shit. So deep sea fishermen found that shit right there. Look at that shit. They're calling it an alien. Allegedly. Let's just say allegedly. And this is the reason why I don't play in that water.
What is that?
Look at the shit that they found. Apparently deep sea or the ocean or whatever you want to call it is a place that we do not belong. They have not explored enough of it yet. They can't explore it. They tried. They cannot. And look at the shit they constantly find coming out of the water. Allegedly, they say spaceships have flown out of water. And you want me to believe that there's nothing in that water? Scariest shit about water, we don't know what's in it. We don't know what type of creatures are in that water. But did you just see that shit right there? Did you just see that shit right there? Y'all keep playing around if you want to. You see, 2025 keeps showing you that it's things that we have never learned about. Showing its face. I wonder why. Pay attention.
They are not from outer space. They are not from another planet. They are not from another galaxy. They are from here, planet Earth. They have been here for millions of years. They live in the oceans. They have thousands of bases beneath all the seas.
I think there is some down in that ocean.
Millions of years, more advanced than human technology. They are the first intelligent life to live on planet Earth. This is their planet, not our planet. It was never our planet. Many governments in the world know about this and keep it secret from the public. Since the 1930s, the United States military has retrieved multiple extraterrestrial spacecrafts. They would also retrieve biological alien bodies.
It actually happened. Oh my god, aliens are from our oceans, confirmed today in the Oversight Committee hearing, a live stream that was broadcasted all over the world. The 4 witnesses, which included a retired Navy commander, a rear admiral, confirmed to the Oversight Committee of Congress, hey, they are real. We have UAP materials and bioorganic
Some of this stuff has to be AI.
Every other country behind closed doors is doing a secret advanced arm race trying to reverse engineer all the technology that they found. They said they're from our oceans. We have 4K video evidence of them appearing from the ocean out of Kuwait, out of Africa, the East Coast, the West Coast, Mexico. Every continent on this planet has UAP video evidence, all leaving our oceans. They say it's not human. It is an intelligent, artificial, or bioorganic, but it's some type of intelligence that is eons ahead of us humans, and they've been here longer than us. What the hell is going on? Check it out.
A video lasting over a minute was filmed by British researchers during a geological survey in the Indian Ocean. When the autonomous robot was lowered more than 1,100 meters deep into the seabed, it unexpectedly encountered a peculiar shaped creature swimming in front of it. According to observations, this creature has a black body and a fairly symmetrical shape, resembling two axes fused together. While people were still speculating about what kind of creature it was, suddenly it transformed into a spherical shape with multiple glowing veins of surreal colors attached to a soft and flowing lower body like a piece of silk fabric. Not stopping there, after a few seconds of swimming in front of the camera, this creature suddenly darted away, then separated its body into two distinct pieces before disappearing into the dark water. It is known that this is a rare and unique video footage of this mysterious creature captured up to the present time.
Now, there are a lot of fascinating creatures, a lot of different fish and things like that, and different type squid-looking beings down there in the abyss in the ocean, and we know that there's got to be something else. And this, you can try to play this off as, oh, okay, guys, this is normal. Yeah, you're one of the naysayers. You don't believe in anything past what you can see, biologics. You know, so even when you see something that looks biological and it's doing this, you have to find some kind of, worldly reason that it's not real. All right, so look, we know stuff is happening. We know that there's a reason that some of these videos are surfacing and some of this disclosure information is coming out. It's because things are not what they seem. There's no way you can tell me that what it did, and especially at the end where it split up, and I know you can say it's AI because we've got to say everything, yes. Because if it doesn't go with the narrative and normal stuff, then it's got to be fake, right? But let me explain this to you. Not everything, yes. So, with that being said, look, tell me what you think about this creature. Look, we haven't explored the ocean, and NASA stopped in 2012 exploring the ocean. Why would they do that? What did they see? Were they warned not to be looking down there? Because I think we've explored space more than we've explored the ocean. Leave your comments.
These cigar-shaped ships were over a mile in length. One of them landed on the airport landing strip area. When it touched the ground, it created an earthquake like about a 3.5 to 4. It terrified everybody in the area. The back of this craft opened up, and several hundred young men with huge, heavy weapons came out of two sides of the ship and formed a protection line around the ship. And the people at that Air Force base, the commander, had a meeting with the individuals that were aboard this ship. And this particular race that landed those ships and that are seen in these huge cigar-shaped ships, they are a black race. They look like African Americans. If you've ever seen a race of people that were conquerors, that had never been conquered, they've got this look about them. That is exactly what these extraterrestrials had, and they informed these people at this American Air Force.
And I found out that if the human race was to ever go extinct from an apocalypse event, that the most likely candidate and creature that would survive and then pretty much take over the earth would be octopus. Now, when I was reading that, I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense because they're smart, they're very intelligent, they're underwater, so that's probably how they survived this apocalyptic event. Not me finding out 2 days ago that off the coast of Australia, there's a literal city that octopus have built with seashells and domes and like octopus skyscrapers, and they're falling in love and communicating and evicting people, and they have a sheriff, and that part I might have made up. But as far as I've been told my whole life, I wanted to be a veterinarian, so I've studied animals. Octopus are very singular. They're kind of like a loner. And now they're building cities together. I'm now starting to think maybe that rabbit hole I fell down by the pool when I was just reading was trying to tell me that the octopus are about to take over. Have you heard about this? And oh, by the way, it's called Atlantis. Have you heard about this?
This is whole theory that UFOs don't actually live in the sky, but live underwater. And this video might prove this theory right. Check it out. So these two are military planes trying to chase down what was in the sky. So what does it do? It drops down and goes right underwater. Also, there's been lots of sightings from fishermen saying that they also have seen UFOs going from the sky to the water. So could it be that aliens are actually living in the ocean? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
Explain this. Somebody explain this, bro. This ain't no AI. That's an alien creature in the ocean. Look at that, bro.
What is that?
Trying to tell y'all the aliens, the real aliens, are in the ocean. Hey, yo, first off, my name is French Dose, man. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only. That looks crazy, bro. That's aliens. There's portals in the ocean, and these creatures keep on coming through, right? And then there's cameras all over the ocean. Y'all know that they're trying to, investigate down there the best that they can. They only discovered like 5% of the ocean, they're saying, right? That's a known fact. And then they keep on coming up with different creatures, mysterious creatures like this. Let's take another look at the pictures. Look at what it formed to, bro. It just kept on growing and separating from itself. Like, what was it doing? If I ever saw something like that in front of me, bro, I would be spooked out of my mind, man. But this is proof right here that there's aliens in that ocean, bro. That's the real aliens. That's the real aliens, bro. Not these aliens they showing y'all on TV and in the spaceships and that Project Bluebeam. Nah. The aliens come from the ocean, man. And they got portals down there, right? And wherever they came from, they're in the ocean. And they're coming through the oceans, going back to their dimensions. Coming to the ocean, going back to their dimensions. I believe that that's what's really going on here, bro. I believe that that's what it is, bro. Look at that, bro. That's crazy. Leave it in the comments, hit the like button, and make sure y'all follow me here for more, man. Salute.
Well, thank y'all. That's another one. It's a lot of stuff to digest. I know some of it is AI, but could it be real? I'll see you on the next one.